So I just did a major refactoring to this TypeScript game that I've been working on, and I want to kind of walk you through this refactoring because I learned a couple new things with tsconfig and how you can have like a monorepo set up to load in different packages. You can see over here I have a game client package, a game server package, a game shared package, and then also I believe there's a dashboard package which hosts everything. But this is a pretty big refactoring. It has 157 file changes, and the main thing I want to point out is that all of the imports used to be relative, and I've switched them over to be absolute, except for this one. I don't know what happened there. But you'll see here all relative imports, or most of them were, and then we switched them all over to be absolute. So 157 files of me just going through, refactoring all this, making sure I didn't break anything. It was a fun time. It was a really fun time. So, and I will say, after finally refactoring all this code, I feel like I understand monorepos and tsconfigs just a little bit better. I don't truly understand them, but I understand them a little bit better. So let's just look at the code real quick, and then I'm going to show you the game and probably just demo a little bit of features I've been kind of working on. So this project has 4 packages. Typically you have like a packages folder. I think some people might have an app folder in here and a lib folder that they distribute their code in, whatever. I just have it all in flat packages. But the thing is that everything that's shared between the client and the server is going to go in this game shared folder right here. Okay, so let's kind of dive into the game server because that's the most important. And there's a couple things that I had to figure out. So the first one is in the tsconfig, you can define these paths. Okay, so you can define a path and you can basically say, hey, anywhere in this code that happens to be in the game server, let me just load up the entity manager and you'll see anytime you see an @ symbol and a slash, basically that is referring to this path right here. So this is saying if you see an @ symbol and a slash, you need to look through all the code inside of the source directory and then also look through all the code inside a game shared. Okay, and what this allows me to do is I can simply just do a @ symbol and a slash, and then I have access to basically reduce the amount of code I have to write, and it just looks a little bit cleaner. I think absolute paths, if you were to ask GPT, why would you use absolute paths over relative? There's a lot of benefits to it. It makes the code more concise, refactoring is a little bit easier, and you can actually like read through the code and understand where all your core modules live at a high level glance, versus if you use relative pathing, it can get kind of confusing and then you have to like manually update your .. slashes unless you have a good editor. So that was the first one. So the game server depends on a shared project. Okay, so you have paths, and then over here in this code base, if I were to go and just look at shared, I'm sure there's something in here. Okay, so anything that's shared between the client and the server, such as certain types. I don't know why this one is broken, but again, I did a huge refactoring. I'm sure there's tons of bugs and type errors. But the idea is that I can read through this code base and I can quickly see, okay, this thing is coming from a shared package, which happens to be this directory over here. We have game shared. And again, this has its own tsconfig with its own paths set up. Now, another thing I want to point out with the tsconfig is that there's a references property I had to add in. Basically, you have to add this in. It kind of helps TypeScript understand your code better from what I understand. Now, I don't want to just make stuff up. Let's just use AI and kind of give a good understanding of what this does. This is basically telling TypeScript that this thing, the game server, depends on a game shared project, and it allows faster and more efficient builds by allowing TypeScript to only rebuild projects that have changed, skip type checking and reference projects if they haven't changed. It also provides better code organization for larger code bases by splitting them into smaller, more manageable projects. Sounds cool. I don't know if this is actually needed. I think it still works if I delete this. I could be wrong about that. But another cool thing to point out is that you can actually have multiple things inside of this. So like this can search through multiple directories for the files that you're looking for and kind of put them all under a same alias. That's a very cool feature. I don't know why I have it here for game shared when I have game shared down here. I was running into some strange issues with Next.js. It couldn't like resolve different things, so I might need to check that see if that's even necessary anymore. You might already know how pathing works with tsconfig, but just in case, there you go. So another thing I kind of learned with this refactoring is that with Next.js, there's actually a different place you have to configure Webpack with your aliases. So over here, I had to, inside the next config, I had to export some aliases here, and I had to manually point them to the locations of both my game shared and my game server. Now, ultimately, I don't know if the dashboard should know about the server, but let's just go ahead and comment this out and see what happens. Sometimes that's the best way to figure out like what's actually needed. If you comment it out and everything still works, then you probably didn't need to add it in the first place. And it seems like it's working. I'm going to do a hard refresh on my next server because sometimes modifying this stuff doesn't actually like update it properly. All right, seems like it's still working, so I'm actually going to delete this one, and I'm also going to check to see if this can be removed as well. But I did want to point that out, that in Next.js, sometimes if you're importing other things with aliases, you'll get errors like this. I spent a lot of time trying to debug this, where basically you have your Next.js application, it's importing a client module, but the client module has aliases like this. It has absolute imports, which means that when Next.js tries to pull in the client and bundle it or whatever it does behind the scenes, because I'm not smart enough to know what it does, it's going to run into this issue. And so you basically have to, in the next config, you have to specify, okay, if you do see a library that comes in that says @shared, you need to kind of let Next.js know like where it needs to traverse the code base to find that pathing. Now the tsconfig for the client, let's look at this. It's very similar to the server. Again, we have some paths for the shared code. We have some paths for the server code. I might actually just try getting rid of some of this stuff just to see what happens. Let me go back to the game server and I'm going to delete this. Again, just delete stuff, save it, and see what happens. You might break your entire code base, or everything might just work exactly how it did before. Okay, so the game is seemingly working, okay? Sometimes you just have to go off intuition and just like change stuff and just hope that it isn't needed, okay? Don't be scared to just delete stuff, especially if you have a bunch of tests. Just delete some code, run your tests. If everything's passing, then I guess you didn't need that setting. So for right now, I think those are good changes, and I'm actually going to probably commit those in a second here. Now, another thing I want to point out is that in my game server, I have vtest set up. I wanted to test my code, right? Testing your code is good. If you don't test your code, how do you know someone else didn't break it when they commit some code to your repo or you merge a pull request? So I went through and I added some tests, and I was running into a bunch of issues. Like if I go ahead and just run the test for the game server, you'll see that it just like starts failing, okay? And I spent a lot of time trying to figure out like what the heck was going on here. And I knew it was something related to this aliases and the absolute imports, because it's like, does this file exist? And like you click it and you're like, yeah, it's here. What's going on? Turns out that vtest under the hood uses something else, and it doesn't know about your tsconfig aliases, or your paths. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's called paths or aliases. I'm going to call it aliases because I think that's kind of what it is. But your paths, right? So you have to bring in this plugin called tsconfig paths, which I guess loads in the tsconfig file probably and tries to figure out the pathing. And then when you do that, everything just basically works, right? So if I go ahead and just rerun this, honestly, I don't know why this just broke again. This might have been related to some of the tsconfig changes I just deleted. So like if I go and add that back, I bet you, yeah, that's related to this. So I'm going to go ahead and put a comment here. Unfortunately, you can't really comment inside a JSON file, unfortunately. Figure out why in the server tsconfig JSON, I need this for tests to pass. Now, here's probably a good thing I should check, is I'm going to check the game client tests and make sure that those pass, and they don't. So I think, again, some of the things that I had been doing, I think I needed them just to get these tests passing. I'll have to look into that to figure it out. Unfortunately, I hate dealing with tsconfig files. Like, I feel like this is like the worst part of this whole ecosystem. It's just a nightmare. I feel like I kind of understand what's going on. Like there's some times where like I had to add things to the includes because my types were just broken all over the place when I'm coding. I also had this VS Code thing enabled, this full project diagnostics, which was basically causing TypeScript to just break and crash all the time. It is experimental, but basically now when I do refactoring, it doesn't tell me if I broke something. Whereas if you have this enabled, it kind of like traverses your whole code base and it reruns your type checking to say like, hey, did you potentially break something? And here's the places you can refactor. So sometimes it's nice turning this on if you're going to like change an interface or like rename something, because it just lets you know that, hey, you just broke like 20 other places, right? But that was causing a bunch of issues when I was coding. So I guess we did find out why we have those things in our tsconfig, and I'm glad I did this in a video. But if we look through this code, I mean, there's some places where I'm still doing like relative pathing, but for the most part, I think I got most of these files. Like for example, this one is still a relative path. I could probably try to get this working with an absolute path, but again, as you saw with the test, sometimes when I change just a simple import, it just like breaks everything. Because I have like this package depending on this package, which depends on another package. And then like you have to make sure that the pathing is set up correctly in your tsconfig or it doesn't know how to compile. Bro, it's just, it makes me want to use Go or some other language that was actually well designed. TypeScript, it gets the job done, and it's like the best that we have in the web development world when you're building out websites and web applications. Like this just, I just, every time I code in TypeScript and JavaScript, it just feels like this whole ecosystem is a Frankenstein of things that have been hacked together over the years. And no one has the authority to basically put a stop to any of this and like rethink how we're doing stuff, because we have all those browser compatibilities we have to think about. We have all these different backwards compatibilities we have to think about. It's just, I don't know. When I started coding in Go, like a couple of months ago, like it just felt like a well-designed language. I'm sure other things are well-designed like Rust and stuff like that. TypeScript just feels like we're hacking this stuff together, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys learned something by watching this video. If you did, leave a comment. And if there's something that you can look through my code base and like improve on, definitely let me know. I'm trying to like get better at monorepos and understanding larger projects like this. I'll be honest, I don't really have much experience with a monorepo. I basically just have large scale projects that I've been doing that have been in TypeScript, but monorepos and like having packages import other packages locally is just something new to me, right? So I'm trying to learn a little bit of new stuff as I'm going. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed me ramble and rant, and you hopefully learned one new thing and watched me. All right, have a good day and happy coding.